I slowly landed on the edge of the building and closed my wings. I looked at the street, it was deserted. I asked, "Are you sure he left here and is coming?" Trish said, "Yes. I followed him every day. We'll wait for him to come, today is his last day." After a while, two people appeared at the beginning of the street. When they reached the middle of the street, I punched my hand. My people attacked him and surrounded him. The girl looked at them in horror. The boy with her said, "Who are these?" The girl replied, "You better be quiet." The boy dared himself and said, "What are you doing with them?" They just smiled. He punched his hands when suddenly he was slammed hard against the wall. Panic took over his whole being. They hadn't even come close to him. Two people grabbed the girl's hands and lifted her up, the girl suspended in the air in the shape of a cross. The boy shouted, "Annie! What's going on here? What have you done?" Annie said, "You better get out of here or you'll die. I won't leave you alone. Don't be a hero, this is the end of my line." One of the attackers said, "Listen to him. You're not in our area of operation." Suddenly Annie started screaming. They started pulling her from both sides. Her eyes were filled with tears. I flew off the building and stood in front of her and said, "What were you going to do? The power I gave you and the things you did? Made the angels attack us." The boy asked in surprise. "Angels attack?" I went towards him and landed on the ground. With my strength and without touching him, I lifted him up from the ground and asked, "What do you think I and these people look like? Who have these big wings?" "Angels, fairies, demons and demonic creatures." "Now I'm not a pumpkin? An angel?" We all started laughing. The boy said, "Did I say wrong? You don't look like a demon." I looked at him angrily and said, "No. You're right, but an angel who was cast out because of you humans and got stuck on the ground." "So are you the devil who came in the Bible? He was cast out for not prostrating, and we for teaching magic and supernatural powers to people like this. People like to use magic and spells. Don't teach them either, they will go after it and learn it themselves. It's different with us. We weren't allowed, we broke God's law. Now whenever we want to return to the sky and our previous place, the guards attack us. Haven't you seen the nights when the sky rains meteors? We were driven away again because of you." I turned to the others and said, "Finish it." They started to pull him again. His clothes were tearing and his screams were louder than before. The boy couldn't stand it and said, "Let him go. Don't kill him." I said, "Give me an excuse so I don't kill him." He remained silent. I continued, "Would you like to die in his place and for his crime? That way he will stay alive." I motioned to the other two people to take him closer and in front of the girl. Immediately they lifted him up and he was suspended in the air in a cross position. Annie said with difficulty, "You idiot." I signaled to stop torturing Annie and continue with the boy. He also started screaming and was shaking his legs violently in the air with pain. I said, "Answer, yes or no. If I want, I can kill both of you." "No, I don't want to die, my God. It's terrible." They continued to torture him for a while. Then they put him on the ground. The boy got up and ran away quickly. I went to Annie and took her chin in my hand and raised her head. "With one more push, your hands will be torn from your body, and when you fall from this height, your brain will also spread on the ground. You dragged other creatures here with your strength. What did you think of yourself? Stand up to me?" Annie said with difficulty, "No. I didn't think like that. I wanted to put them under my command, to do whatever I wanted for me. I thought you would be happy? Would you be happy, seeing the pain of the head in my own territory? Did you think they would let you live comfortably? Their hatred of humans is even greater than mine. They want the whole world, they consider themselves superior, and whenever they don't need you, they go to someone else. There are billions of people living in this world. However, I will give you a discount and give you an easy death. I moved my hand to his chest and dug my claw into his body. I stopped his heart, released his chin, his head fell on his chest. They took him down and made him lie on the ground on the corner of the street. I turned to the thug and said, "Be more careful in your choice next time. If something like this happens, I will punish you." Definitely, Derwin.